I know I catch her off guard all the time.
Hey, I know they like to do this. Hello, this is Not a Spring Chicken. Today we're going to be talking about Memorial Day.
Yeah, it's our annual. Every time a big holiday comes up or something, we do a review on it. We try to.
Well, it's not really a review on it. We try to give you some background information about the holiday.
It changes from year to year as more information is available, which is funny, you know. Like basically, like it's a United States federal holiday observed on the last Monday of May, formerly known as Decoration Day, commemorates the USA soldiers who died while in military service. First enacted to honor Union and Confederate soldiers following the American Civil War. It was extended after World War I to honor Americans who have died in all wars.
Well, and a lot of times, most people think of Memorial Day as the day that summer vacation starts, or summer starts.
Yeah.
But, as you can see, it has much more meaning than that.
Yeah, Labor Day is the end of summer vacations are over, so two federal holidays.
Yeah, from holiday to holiday, but part of it is we do like to bring out our stars and stripes, just for the occasion.
I'm wearing my little 4th of July shirt, so so my little hat. These come out for the 4th of July, for Memorial Day,
Veterans Day,
and for the
Labor Day,
and for the SEMA, because we wear American flag hats over at SEMA.
Oh, you know why? Because it's voting day.
SEMA's always on voting day, and we're the only people we've been. You know, we mostly it's because we keep track of where we are.
It's actually a whole lot easier to
Because
see.
you stand up above and see the flag hats, but we're patriotic. Monty's a patriotic doggy. She'd pay taxes if she actually had to pay taxes.
Yeah.
Or would she? You know, Daddy's a Scotsman, so I doubt it. So.
She's a dog, though.
Yeah.
But Memorial Day, I know I was starting to say Labor Day. It began as a ritual remembrance and reconciliation after the Civil War by the early 20th century. It was an occasion for more general expressions of memory as people visited the graves of their deceased relatives, whether they served in the military or not. Now, I always thought of it as a holiday for the military, where people remember the people that have died in the military.
It's the day you'll see everybody down on Santa Monica putting flags up to everybody that's been killed in the illegal war.
Yeah.
You know, but they'll go to the cemeteries, they'll put their flags up. She's taking her glasses off so she can't.
Well, see, part of it is as much as I enjoy these, and you get to watch these silly little things.
They're just funny glasses, is all. We got them, so they'll come out several times a year, and then she'll have to take them off because she, you know, this is.
Well, I can read. I can just look better with my regular glasses than I can with those.
Basically, it's increasingly devoted to shopping, family get-togethers, fireworks, trips to the beach, and national media events such as the Indianapolis 500 and the I think Brickyard 400, which is basically.
What's the Brickyard 400?
Brickyard 400 is the NASCAR's version of the Memorial Day race. So. Well,
and this year Indy 500, it's their 100th year anniversary. So
yeah.
that's a really big deal, especially if you're a racing fan.
Yeah, because it's been around for a long time. It's basically fighting change tooth and nail, folks. I mean, they're wanting to keep the traditions alive back home in Indiana. But they broke tradition this year when they got rid of Donald Trump, who was an invited guest. When you let politics trump, you know, drop tradition, you basically scrap their tradition. That's all you had. So basically, since 1865, the practice of decorating soldiers' graves has become widespread in the North. The first known observance was in Waterloo, New York, on May 5th, 1866, and each year thereafter. The friendship between General John Murray, distinguished citizen of Waterloo, and General John A. Logan, who helped bring attention to the event nationwide, was likely a factor in the growth. Like on May 5th, 1868, his capacity as Commander-in-Chief of the Grand Army of the Republic, the Organization for Noted Civil War Veterans, Logan issued a proclamation that Declaration Day would observe nationwide. It was observed for the first time on May 30th of the same year. The day was chosen because it was not the anniversary of any battle.
Oh, really?
That's how you get the. That's how the date comes about. There's no anniversary of any battle taking place on May 30th. So it's a perfect day. You know, considering we got an awful lot of battles, to try to find a time when no battle took place in the Civil War. So then, there you go.
And there are events in 183 cemeteries in 27 states in 1868, and 336 in 1869. Wow.
Yeah, remember basically another thing, Michigan made Declaration Day an official state holiday in 1871. By 1890, every northern state followed suit. Remember, the Army of Michigan is what saved Gettysburg. It preserved the Union.
Oh, really?
I think they basically, the Wolverines, I think that's Michigan's, they basically, George Armstrong Custer basically staged one attack after another with the cavalry and infantry of the 1st and 3rd and 1st Michigan, I think. And the only reason that we didn't lose the war was because of the state of Michigan's troops.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so basically the state of Michigan's troops fighting this army of Virginia, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, and the Memorial Day speech became an occasion for veterans, politicians, and ministers to commemorate the war. Because, well, there's been a lot.
That's the political season, see, it really does start the season for the next election.
Oh, you really think of it as political?
Yeah, well, because
You didn't mention politics.
It is politics.
Oh,
So
yeah.
every political leader in the country goes to Memorial Day celebrations for one reason or another. Most of it's just to promote their political agenda. They all want the veterans' vote, and they want the vote of the people that come to, to honor their parents and stuff, so. There we go. Okay, first of all, let's see. And at first to recall the atrocities of the enemy, basically they condemned the bad guy. The mixed religion is celebratory nationalism and provides a means for people to have a sense of history in terms of sacrifice for a better nation, one closer to their God, which basically we're a non-God-like thing anymore. People of all religious beliefs joined together, and the point was often made that the German and Irish soldiers became true Americans to baptism of blood on the battlefield. Like, okay, we'll put it this way, my father's family fought on both sides of the Civil War, like a lot of people's family did. I mean, part of my father's family, my mother's family were Indians. They tended to fight on the south side, and my father, and part of my father's family and my mother's family were, on the north side. So
Oh, really?
Yep. They were fighting on both sides of the family, were fighting one another, sometimes in the same battle. You'd see an uncle fighting, they said one of my grandfathers made a point of shooting the hats off of his children to show them that they were on the wrong side of the battle. They said, but which side did your grandfather's, well, let's put his name. His name was Rutherford B. Hayes, President of the United States. I'm name dropping a president's name. He was general, and that was one of his fun tricks, is he'd see one of his sons out there and he'd go, boom, and the hat would go flying.
Are you serious?
They know Daddy was around, so.
He did that to them?
I was warning them to get the hell out of there. So, it was a great shot, didn't kill anybody. But he was also listed as one of the worst presidents in our nation's history too, so. Yeah, if you look carefully, his wife was an Indian. The Indian is my family. Hayes wasn't, his Indian wife was, see? So we tried
you know what? That's provides a bit of a conflict right there. He was president and he's married to an Indian, and back when he was president,
yeah.
They were not always
She was a civilized Indian, though. There was she'd been civilized for a long time, but still she was of native Indian heritage. So, which that caused you problems because
it caused them problems.
He's the guy that's basically sending Custer out to fight the
Indians.
Indians, yeah.
Yeah.
So Mr. Hayes was the guy who was charged of slaughtering Indians. So I love that.
Yeah, that could cause a psychological problem.
Yeah, by the 1950s, the theme was American exceptionalism and duty to uphold freedom in the world. Ironton, Ohio lays claim to the nation's oldest continuing running Memorial Day parade since 1869. The first parade was held May 5th, 1868.
May 5th? That was early.
Yeah. And then you got, basically, we've got... in Charleston, South Carolina in 1865, the slaves held one.
Yeah, the freed enslaved Africans celebrated the Washington Race Course today, the location of Hampton Park. The site had been used as a temporary Confederate prison camp for captured Union soldiers in 1865, as well as a mass grave for Union soldiers who died there. Oh, well, they do things like that, right?
Yeah, Basically, after meeting the cessation of hostilities, Freeman exhumed the bodies from the mass grave and reinterred them in individual graves. They built a fence around the graveyard with an entry arch, and they called it the Union Graveyard. With 10,000 people proceeded to the location for events that include sermon singing and a picnic on the grounds, creating the first Decoration Day celebrations. Here's one for the books, people. It was Black Americans that did the first national major celebration for Decoration Day. Not white Americans, Black Americans.
And they were the freed men or freed enslaved Africans.
That's right. So that's how many people you know out there that actually just...
Because you don't think about that.
No, but it is a major day.
That is a big deal.
It was made major because of the freed slaves.
And beginning in 1866, the southern states had their own Memorial Days, ranging from April 26th to mid-June. Oh, I guess this is before they decided what date it was going to be, right?
Yeah, they basically, it bounced around, and I think they've got a congressional limit since 1999, we'll get to that, since 1999, Daniel Inouye from Hawaii has been trying to get the date back to the original day, which I think was the last one.